Hey y'all, this is Nick from Baker's Auto Parts, and I just wanted to go over my top 10 sales from last year to 2024. As you can see here, I use Flipwise for my inventory and to keep track of my expenses. Last year I grossed about a little over $15,000 of sales, and I netted about 7,500. That's a little high because that doesn't take into account some of my other expenses of tools and cleaning supplies and storage. But I want to go over my 10 biggest sales in terms of net sales. My biggest sale of the year, number one, is this 2000 Blazer door panel. They're also called door cards. This is from a 2000 Blazer that I was scrapping. It was something I was going to the scrapyard anyways. So it didn't cost me a dollar. It cost me about $100 to ship. And I know you think, well, that's outrageous, but it sold for $310 plus $60. Sorry, $250 plus $60 shipping. It ended up costing me $55 to ship plus $31 for the box to ship it. So this is something that you should probably keep an eye out for. One of the things on this here that you need to watch out for if you want to purchase, firstly, this cloth here oftentimes gets absolutely destroyed. The speaker cover lots of times are cracked. Plus on the back side where the clips go into the back side of the door cord, sometimes are damaged. So just keep an eye on those if you decide to pick that. My second best-selling item this year was actually not a car part. I was at the junkyard and I like to look in the back of the cars for miscellaneous parts and pieces. And I stumbled across this. It was a protometer, which is something used to test the moisture in things. I had never heard of this part before. They don't charge me for this at the junkyard. I asked the guy, he said, no, it's not a car part. I'm not going to charge you for it. So my cost of goods sold was literally zero. I ended up selling it on eBay after testing it for $200 plus free shipping. I netted $157 off of this part, and I got it for free. I actually even got positive feedback on this. So this was the second best sale of the year for me. Number three was this 2007 to 2008 Hyundai Tiburon. This is the climate control and radio bezel. It also had the, I guess, radio switch on it. I bought this for $28. It sold very quickly, less than a day, for $240 free shipping. I ended up profiting about $147 on this individual item. Now, this is an item I have found one time and one time alone. I have never found this part since. It was just I happened to stumble across this. But again, this is a part I would keep an eye out for moving forward. For my fourth best sale of the year is a part that I actually find a lot, but is difficult to find in this condition. This is a 2003 to 2006 Suzuki XL7, and this isn't the important part. It's a Grand Vitara. This is a radio bezel. And the wood grain one is the one that sells for a whole lot. With these, lots of times the vents are just snapped, or the wood grain super fragile, meaning you can't get it out without breaking it. If you do find this part, just be aware that there are two screws in the bottom you have to take out, and you need a stubby Phillips head screwdriver. Now, at this junkyard, I spent $6 for this part. It cost me $14 to ship, and I sold it for $170 plus free shipping, netting me $121 off of a piece of plastic and a little switch. So this was my fourth best sale of the year. My fifth best sale is something my wife actually found. We were running around the junkyard just wasting time, and she found a 1997 Lincoln Town Car and asked, hey, do you think that this AC control is worth it? So we took a shot on it. We spent $21 on it. Ended up selling for 175 plus free shipping. I actually did have a return on this. It wasn't anything wrong with the product. The gentleman had bought it and then just said, no, it's for the wrong car, and then returned it. I ended up selling it again about a month and a half later for $175 plus free shipping. That return really hurt my net return, my net profit here. But you know, it is what it is, part of the game. I still made 110 bucks even after a return. For my sixth best sale of the year is a really awesome Fiat 500 rear hatch handle. I ended up buying this for $4. This piece cost me $4 at the junkyard. I sold it for $135 plus free shipping with a net return of $102. Just a heads up, sometimes getting these can be a pain in the butt because on this generation of Fiat 500, the rear latch is entirely electric. Meaning if the car does not have a battery in it, which they won't have at the junkyard, you need to climb into the back like a monkey and figure out how to pop that latch. I recommend finding a YouTube video on it. There's just a little piece of plastic you kind of need to slide over. It's a white piece of plastic. Um, there's just 4 bolts in the back of it, one little connector, and that's it. But this is a great find, and I always look out for these. For my 7th best sale of the year, I kind of combined 2 items. I was at the junkyard, found a 2000 Chevy Camaro with its taillights, and this one has a little bit of a funny story. Um, Different people bought this, they went to different places, but both these parts had the same exact problem. This clear piece here, so this taillight has 3 distinct plastic pieces. On both of them, the clear lens kept popping out. It wasn't cracked, it wasn't damaged, it would just pop out a little bit. Well, after reading online a little bit, apparently that's a common issue. So I brought it home and I got some Gorilla Glue, like the clear stuff, and I put it on the edge here and let it cure. It cured perfectly clear, and I sold it. Each of them cost me 21 bucks, so 21 bucks a pop, and I sold them each for $140. The driver's side netted me $87, while the passenger side netted me $84. The only difference was the shipping. So 140 bucks plus free shipping on both items. That's pretty good. The next best sale of the year, so I guess this is number 8, was a 2004 to 2012 Infiniti QX56/Armada. Typically, it's going to be your Nissan Armada. This is the whole roof console. This is the rear one for the rear seats. It has a DVD player on it. It has a little slot for the headphones. There are different variants of this, so keep an eye out. This took me less than 2 days to sell. I ended up purchasing this for $72. That was a massive risk, and I'm not sure I'd ever do this again. I sold it for $250 plus $50 shipping. It cost me $53 to ship. There was a return open a month later. The gentleman wanted to return it because he had crashed his car, quote, before he could install it. Um, the return was denied. There was nothing wrong with the product. It was past the 30-day shipping return policy I have. So did not get returned, luckily, but I ended up making $82.37 from that. For the 9th best flip of the year was a 2006 to 2008 Chrysler PT Cruiser convertible window switch. Now this one's special because it is only for the convertible Chrysler PT Cruisers, which there's not very many of. So every Chrysler PT Cruiser has this switch on the radio bezel. However, only the convertible ones have this particular switch in the middle for the, I guess, convertible roof. So that I ended up buying. I got it for free because it was part of the bezel, so I didn't give it a purchase price. I ended up selling it for $100 plus free shipping, netting me about $78. And for my 10th best flip of the year was a 1998 to 2001 Mercedes ML 320 driver's side mirror. Now, I'm not sure I'd buy this part again. It took me 3 months to sell it. It was a $17 part. I did sell it for $120 plus free shipping. It really sat around a long time, and one of the concerns with selling mirrors is making sure they don't get scratched, because it's very, very easy for these to get scratched in storage. But I did make $78.38 for my net return. So those are my 10 best flips of the year for 2024. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything to add, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. I also have a Discord linked in the description for people who are interested in reselling junkyard parts. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.